Okay, let me calmly make this video and discuss disinformation. It is because there has been a mass exodus from the mainstream media into the alternative media, which means all types of things. All types of things. It's just alternative. I've actually heard people give full-on lectures about the dangers of associating yourself with alternative media because of all the disinformation that is in the alternative media. There's other terms you can use: grassroots media, indie media, independent media. I happen to like the term alternative media. However, that encompasses so much complete disinformation and bullshit. And it seems like, as I mentioned last video, that women are almost targeted, or stories are written maybe to get their attention, to get a knee-jerk reaction. We've all come into this research realm with different levels of capabilities when it comes to journalism. You do not have to have a degree in journalism to know the basics of sourcing something. There's certain concepts, I think of them as common sense, but that's just me. Certain websites, whether it be your friends or people you respect, your peers, that they respect, sources that they deem to be accurate sources of information. Now, we do live in an age where anybody can have a website, and it can even be for free. Sure, you can pay for your own domain, but you can still have a WordPress site, you can still have a blog spot, and you can still put out something that could go viral with any claim whatsoever. And people that are concerned about future events, they see things that are in that article that relate to things that they believe to be true, that they believe may be coming. Some of it's based in the intellect. They remember factual information that discuss these things. They remember actual reports that discuss these things. But that article may weave those things together. For example, FEMA working with Russia. It's not a comforting headline. There are weird things coming. But that agreement between FEMA and the Russian Special Forces does not validate the other reports that 15,000 or 400,000 or whatever the number is. It does not validate the other completely fake reports. But if people believe that and they post that, they will burn out or they will discredit themselves. And I think this is all deliberate. This is not accidental, because there are a network of websites that are sharing completely bogus reports, and they are getting major tread right now. And we need to ask the questions as to why, when I get on YouTube, YouTube is recommending to me these disinformation videos. Is it simply because I'm looking at certain subject matters and it's going, ooh, you might like this, and there's just a proliferation of disinformation that it's thinking that Alex Ansary wants to watch this video saying October 1st martial law is here? I'm noticing a pattern in these videos, and all these videos have 100,000+ views, which we can look at from two different angles as to why that is. People are responding to disinformation because they don't have the background information, and they're obviously being led into a trap. That's the other thing we need to ask about these disinformation articles. If they can get you to believe it, what if they were to tell you to go to a certain area for safety, or to leave a certain area that actually is safe? These are things to ask ourselves. But what if, because there's a lot of people out there that see the corruption with Google and Facebook and YouTube, yet they use all of these corporate websites to get their information. It's kind of a contradiction, if you ask me. But if we believe that they have some sort of control, which obviously they do censor videos on YouTube. But if they could censor a video on YouTube, can they make a certain video on YouTube go to the fucking top of the charts artificially? Or make sure that if you're looking for certain things, that videos will pop up that are like that? Well, we know that's true. Google AdSense is based on that. But what about specifically targeting groups and specifically sending them disinformation? What about, you've heard about all these people adding you on Facebook. Ooh, CIA is watching you on Facebook. Are they really just watching you? Or there are people adding you on Facebook and acting like they're with you and then posting known disinformation and hoping that you'll run with it. So you, A, hopefully burn out, or B, discredit yourself. These are all things to think about. These are all things to ponder. And we need to be concerned about women, how the system's trying to target them. And if 90% of the disinfo articles are being reposted by women, there's obviously a disconnect between men and women, and we know that there is already on certain levels, but we don't want to disconnect. We want to be on the same page. We want to care about each other, and we've got to speak up. If you're seeing someone posting disinformation, you need to explain something to them about sourcing, where they got their information. Maybe you believe in intuition, maybe you don't. I do. And I can feel a lot of things that other people can't feel, which is why I choose not to associate with the bulk of human society. I'm not in that zombie state. And I know people get really offended when I even try to talk to them gently and go, you know you're posting known disinformation, correct? And I told one guy this. I was shocked to hear him turn around and go, oh, I'm fucking sorry. He actually shared my last video. He's like, I'll take care of that right away, sir. And I wasn't expecting him to call me, be all polite and all. I was just like, well, cool. All right. Well, that was cool. That was positive. We didn't get in an argument. And he checked it out. If I say that to a woman, it's as if I'm trying to take away her freedom or something. Her freedom of speech. It's as if I'm trying to say microchips don't exist. Russians don't exist. Invasions don't exist. I am on record, and I'm going to wrap up here, giving my projection where I think it's going down. And it is an occupied America. It does involve Russia. It does involve China. And as the years go on, I see more confirmation that our own government is colluding with these other criminal enterprises in a big, big way. I think we should continue the discussion about what's coming to America and, open our minds up to either living in independent communities if you're really scared about such things, or if you're one of those that's going to remain in the city, that you get active, that you not just live in your little hut, but that you get active in your community to help make your community a better place. Because if you are a good person, then your community needs people like you to stand up, because there are not enough good people in this society standing up and helping people organize. So I hope this video reaches the right people. Please share it with others that are posting disinformation day in and day out. I'm noticing that certain people are posting nothing but disinformation, which is really, is it mind control? I'm not going to assume they're all plants. I'm going to assume they actually believe what they're posting, and that's concerning in and of itself. This is a serious matter. The internet in the future is going to look more interesting with the information that's out there. Yeah.